Oh, there's my daughter. How you doing, Chrissy? I'm just chatting today. So right now I'm at the chemo clinic, and my wife, I don't know if you knew it, but she has, I think I got to post this, you probably know it. But, oh yeah, can you hear my voice? Let's see here. I'm trying to fix it. Oh, good. Hey, Mike. How's it going? I'm, yeah, I'm at the chemo clinic. So, my wife, Krish, um, has been in there for a few hours. I can't be in with her, which I don't really want to be anyway. Um, and I kind of have to protect myself a little bit emotionally when I'm here. Um, and so I'm over in a corner next to Deal or No Deal, and probably distracting myself because I really don't like seeing the other patients based on past family history. Um, so I'm back over in a corner. She could come out any minute. So if she does, I'll probably drop fast. But but yeah, they have Deal or No Deal playing on the background. I realized like you don't really have to hear what's going on to watch Deal or No Deal because basically they pick cases and they have the numbers broadcast. Like it could be totally mute for Deal or No Deal. Good, Chrissy. I'm glad. Um, hey, Mike. I want to let you know that Chrissy has adopted me as her father, and she's your new a new daughter, so a new sister. So Chrissy, if you don't know it, Stress XP is my actual son. So yeah, you're okay with that? Okay, good. Now I have 6 children. Oh my goodness. How will I support them all? Now there's one thing. Let me see. What are some of the family rules, Mike? We got to let her know the family rules. Um, let me see. We don't have very many rules, do we? Just love each other, man, and roll with the punches. You never know what might be going down next, and love your children. How about that? I'm trying to think of any other rules we got at this point. When the kids were growing up, there were some rules, but we're past that now. Don't be afraid to sing. Yeah, I'm not going to sing right now because I'm in the way. But later on today, I'll probably get on my bike and sing. Okay, so I'm not that brave yet. Got to be in the clean. Oh, the clean plate club for sure. Yeah. Yeah. You got to eat everything on your plate. What we do anyway, we eat any type of food except for Irene, who only eats hot dogs and pizza, even at the age of 23. She's been that way since she was 6. We can't change that. Yeah, Rob's not bad though. But you're right, maybe he is a little picky. Um, but how's your day going, Chrissy? What are you up to? You still there? Well, it's like really late at night for you. Aren't you? Are you in the Philippines? I assumed you were in the Philippines. Am I right? So it's like midnight there. Yikes. Well, if you're like me, I didn't sleep like at all last night. And the 2 times that I did sleep, I had horrible dreams. And one I can't remember. I just didn't feel good afterwards. But Michael identified with this one. The one dream I had, I have one of my best friends, I have a few best friends. One's name is Stu. And I was in my bed, like, scenario, I'm sleeping in my bed, middle of the night, lights are out. All of a sudden, Stu shows up at the side of our bed. He'd like gotten into the house and wanted to wake me up in the middle of the night. This is dream Stu. And I was freaked out. At first, I was freaked out because I didn't know it was Stu. And then when it was Stu, I was like, what are you doing here? And then I tried to turn on the lights, and none of the lights would turn on the house. It was kind of unsettling dream. So, um, but that was my dream. And the other one, I don't know if this happens to you guys, but I finally nodded off in the last half hour I had to sleep. And I can go to sleep for a half hour and I can have an epic dream that seems like it lasts like a day or 2 days. And I had one of those. Yes, I know. Because you just wake up and like somebody's by your bed and like you're like, how'd you get in here? You don't know who it is. And that's like, still, that still didn't help much. It was like, what are you doing here? Like in the middle of the night. But I wouldn't put it beyond him. He might like all of a sudden think that's a good idea for some reason. At least young Stu would. But yeah, I can have a dream in like 20 minutes and it'll be this epic saga. And that's what happened this morning. I don't have any recall what the epic was. So it's kind of like, but it's not unusual for these days. It's just like, I don't know, it's just hard to sleep. Ooh, I didn't hear about that. How many loops did you go through? Those are frustrating. Did it just keep on going all night? Ooh, that's funny. That's terrible. Used to have these things, a little reveal. I used to drink a lot when I was younger, and I stopped drinking. So I haven't had a drink in over 30 years. But if you do that, what happens is you'll have what are called drunk dreams. So in your dream, you're drunk. And so I would have those. Now they dissipate over a period of time, but they were horrible. But they're horrible because you're drunk. You're like, oh crap, I'm drunk. And then, but when you wake up, you're like not drunk, and it's like, oh, that's great, so good. But oh yeah. Do you ever have a dream where you like have a recurring character? Like there's always the same character shows up? Yeah, it's a really good feeling. Um, but here's a crazy one. When I was a kid, I'd have a dream about the same witch would always be in the dream chasing me. and her name was Witchy the Ditchy. And you know what's really weird? Uncle John would have the same dream about the same witch. So we had this nemesis, and we like wake up. Oh man, I just had a dream about Witchy the Ditchy. Oh no, what was she up to? It's like, but those could be kind of loopy dreams. Like she would like be chasing me up a staircase, like repeatedly, flying around the house, just being nasty. Yeah. How's your search coming along? Any luck yet? You don't have to share with me now. You can do it later. But yeah, I don't know. Oh, good. Hey, you know what I do? I don't know if it's available on your computer, but because I had the work one, but I think General Google has AI now. But what I'll do is I'll take the job description and then yeah, I'll take the job description, cut and paste it, and put it into. Well, first I'll rewrite and reformat my resume so that it highlights the requirements, how I meet the requirements of the following job description. And I cut and paste the job description in there, and it actually produces a resume. And yeah, but don't listen to the news either, because it's just like everybody has their own particular skills, and so whatever you got for skills, it's going to be unique, and there'll be opportunities there. So you got to kind of block that out, and I found that works every time. And have what you want to go for, but also be willing to like compromise. You just have your kind of first, second, third priorities. But you'll hear it on the news, blah 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 blah. But it's just like it's all a matter of numbers. Like the more you get out, yeah, you don't self defeat because the more you get out, it's all statistics. I swear. So I can actually find on my computer in LinkedIn, like I could be busy all day sending stuff out, and that's what I do. It's just a job. Like I just had pound, 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 pound. So actually, I'm looking for a new opportunity right now, and I've got a couple calls already set up with people. So, um, oh, hi, Janet. How you doing? I'm so glad you came. I don't know who else is out there, but I really appreciate you visiting my stream right now. I'm waiting for my wife, Krish, to get out of her chemo session. She's currently, she does every 4 weeks, she does two, like on 2 days in a row. And so this is the first, yeah. So this is the first one. And for today, it's a little longer. And then she'll have one tomorrow. And so she'll be halfway through her curative treatments. And she's doing pretty good, actually. So it's really weird. She's got non-Hodgkin lymphoma, but she's really healthy. And she's an internal medicine doctor. So she's able to, hey, so she pretty much self-diagnosed herself, like you and I wouldn't have picked up on it. But so far, she can tell that by feel, she can tell that it's reduced in certain areas of her body as she's halfway through. But otherwise, that's one of the only symptoms she has. She hasn't really had anything else, so she's been pretty active still. Except when she has chemo, she's get fatigued. Um, yeah, Al, I'm so glad you stopped by. Um, so that's good. But the second round, she's kind of changing her protocols after this. So in about 4 weeks, she'll go every 3 weeks. She has to go into the hospital and get 4 treatments over 48 hours. Um, and it's just to really monitor for any side effects because they're a little more aggressive. But after she gets done with that, the next set of three, and it'll be right, actually be on Thanksgiving. She'll finish up, but that hopefully will take care of the curative treatments and she'll be cancer free. So the plan is cancer free by Thanksgiving. I have all the confidence in God to guide us through it, His will, blah blah blah. But I know His will is for her to be healthy, and I've got my own philosophies that have developed, and things like disease and stuff. That's not from God. That's from the other side, and it comes after the best people, and so um, that's who we're against, and we're not going to let. I know God always wins in the end, so um, that's what's going to happen for her. And we're actually making plans that she's looking forward to it. But we just found out that one of our friends, a couple, their son's going to get married in um, Abu Dhabi in February. So we want to travel there and go to the wedding. It's going to be a big uh, Indian Hindu blowout. He's Sri Lankan, but she's from India. So it'll be a multi-day festivity. And the friends are good friends. They've come on down and stayed at our house before for a few days, and they're just good people. And it's a classmate of my wife's from when she was in medical school. So she's been real supportive during this time too. So it'd be nice to be in February, go on that trip. Oh, thanks so much. That's exactly what she needs. And a lot of people have been doing that, and it makes a big difference. And it's how I'm centering myself right now too. So I have my good days and my days that don't go too well. And if I get back to prayer and make that kind of a center meditation, I'm always on the upside. Um, loving God. I was sharing this with Mike the other day, but if I just focus on loving God, then everything else falls into place. Um, I don't know what happened on Deal or No Deal. Looks like she won some cash. I can't read that number because it's backwards on my screen. Yeah, I try to. I've got pictures of my grandchildren I focus on. I think about my kids. I think about Mike, and that's where you got to be. But it's a battle. Um, but yeah, for the most part, that's where I try to stay at. I've got a really good counselor, so I'd say for anybody who's just going through life, get a good counselor. And I'm going to meet with her tomorrow, but she's super, super knows all the techniques, man, and she's good. Yeah, I can't avoid stress XP. Come on, Al. Hey, thanks for coming to the game the other night. That was so fun. I know you didn't know anything about football, but they're still talking about that game. That was like a historic game for the franchise. And they actually featured it on CNN. Wolf Blitzer on CNN because he's a Bills fan. So I don't want to talk a lot more about it because you're not a Bills. But you're welcome to join us next time we get together again. Um, it was so late at night. Oh, Janet, that's okay. You were watching Julianne's stream. That's where you need to be at. And if I could move the time of the game, I would have. So you'd be there. Oh, yeah. So we're going to do again. I've got this idea. I don't know if I shared it with Mike yet, but I think with Rob, one of the two. But yeah, Rob, she was modding. Okay. Oh, yeah, yeah. Janet was. Sure you were. Um, but we might get together and do football ones again. But then around Halloween, I'd like to do one. Maybe do costume. I'm not too sure. I've got one mask I could wear, but basically, um, try. Yeah, I know. Janet was streaming. She's so good. She's such a great singer. She really is. She's really good. Very entertaining. Mike, if you get a chance, I don't know if you've seen. I think her name's just Julianne, right? Julie underslash Ann, spelled like spelled like Becca's middle name, Ann and E. But she sings, kind of the old classic stuff, classic rock stuff, and just great melodies, and then also stuff that I'm not as familiar with, but it's always really good. I always hear a good Philippine song. Yeah, Halloween. So what my concept is that we try different candies. So I'm particularly interested in what candies are popular with people who follow. So if you've got a favorite candy, share it with me in the whisper, and we'll see if we can find it here in the States. Um, there's lots of novelty candy stores around here now, so we might be able to find it. So if you got a favorite candy, send it in the whisper. It's still going to be a little while. Halloween's not for another. It's coming up 6 weeks or so. Uh, Messi, Ronaldo. I love soccer, what we call soccer. I love it. I played it when I was in high school, so I'm all about seeing a good soccer game too. And the World Cup is coming to the USA. So you're going to ask your granddaughters, yeah, find out what their favorite candy is, and then we'll try it on stream and we'll rate it, see how good it is. I've got preference for a good chocolate, though. I really like a good chocolate. And American chocolate is kind of, it's okay. But if you can get some good foreign chocolate, I don't know if they have them over there, but we have a thing called Aldi's, which is a actually German grocery store that's franchised over in, I don't know if it's franchised, but it's, whatever. They've got a bunch, like any American city has this German grocery store called Aldi's. So you can get good German chocolate there and just good kind of different international foods at like really reasonable prices. Um, yeah, there's international stores, right? So I don't know if you're familiar in US about like a store like Walmart, big store, right? So there's this place called Saraga, and there's two locations might be three locations. Well, there's two locations. There's a couple different ones. So Saraga, it's like you go in, they've got every country covered in there. Now, the Philippine food might be an over in one eye. So you're going to have to kind of maybe send me some information about different types of Philippine food. But that's one of my wife's hobbies. She cooks all sorts of international foods. So we'll look up some um, Philippine recipe. Well, I don't have that, but I have Discord. So we don't have Facebook, but I do have Discord. So maybe you could send it there. Also the names. I mean, I can look up the names. Just put in the names. Oh yeah, candies in Japan are supposed to be really good. They've got we've got some of the crazy Kit Kats here. So there's actually like a little Japanese neighborhood in Columbus, and there's this plaza, and so they have Japanese candy store there. But yeah. So I'll do my Discord link to you, and I should probably have that as a post in here. It might be up in my Discord link is up in my profile. Yeah. Now, in the US, for the most part, if you go and get a Kit Kat in the US, you're just going to get like a chocolate covered Kit Kat, like in the regular stores. But if you go to the international stores, then they'll have those ones that have different flavors on them. So maybe we'll try a few different flavors of Kit Kats. I'll be in for that. I'm trying to think oh, I was telling you about the international store. So you walk in there, you got incredible produce section. You can pick up any type of fruit or vegetable that's Asian or Spanish or Hispanic. You usually have a really good fish market, which is probably the only places you can get live fish in the US is these markets. So there's a couple Saragas, and then there's one called Sun International. That's kind of the same deal, maybe a little bit more Hispanic. And then there's one called CAM, which is Chinese American Market. Now that's more Chinese, like pretty much Chinese and Japanese food grocery store that you can go to. So yeah, there's definitely options. Now my wife's originally from Sri Lanka, and when she first came to the U.S., she was first one to came to Canada like 30 years ago. When she first got to the U.S. and even Canada, there was like nothing for international markets. Yeah, you know what? They have a place, Korean. Um, and you know what? I was going to try. We tried a Korean barbecue sauce, but it really wasn't it. But there's a place in that Rob Hale and my other son turned us on to. It's called CM Chicken. So it's a franchise in the United States, and they make Korean fried chicken, like with the chili sauce and onions, and then a side of the sweet. What is it? It's turnips. No, not turnips. Whatever the other weird vegetable is. Um, it is so good. It's really good. A little bit sweet, but also it can be really kind of spicy too, depending on what you get. And I really like those onions with the cream sauce on the side. Yeah. Hey, that's what I discovered. The last time I ate good Chinese food is what they do is they're really good. And maybe it's different Asian foods, but they're really good at combining like all the taste elements together, like sweet. They'll be sweet, they'll be salty, they'll be sour, and they'll be like bitter all in one dish, and they combine it like that. Oh, is it? Yeah, it's so good. Well, Kentucky Fried Chicken is famous there, isn't it? Like it's a Christmas meal. Yeah. Hey, Mike, maybe we'll do that for Christmas. We'll have Kentucky Fried Chicken. Yeah, I know, but that sometimes I get hungry at that time too, and I'll run down to the fridge. Yeah, KFC. Um, yeah, that's what I hear. I wonder if it's any different or if it's just the Colonel's original recipe. Because sometimes foods can be a little different in how they flavor them from country to country. I wonder if it's different than the US. So there's this thing in the US like became popular and that's around. It's called Nashville hot chicken. So it's I think it's double fried, but then they have this sauce on it that's nice and spicy. And it started in Nashville, but now it's all over the place. What's Jollibee? What is Jollibee? Is it a chicken or is it a candy? Well, it's like, what's Jollibee? Yeah, we eat a lot of chicken at home too. Like I just made some slow. First I fried it a little bit, then I slow roasted it. Like I slow roast. No, I don't know. You got to describe it. Oh, it's your version of McDonald's. Oh yeah. Okay, we'll try it out. Like a Japanese version. Okay, Jollibee. Interesting. Can you get hamburgers, or is it like what other or different fast food? Like, can you get a shake there? Um, or is it more kind of traditional Japanese fast food? Oh, it's famous in the Philippines. You guys have got me really interested in visiting the Philippines, by the way. Chicken, sweet spaghetti. All right. Burgers. Sounds good, man. Probably even maybe healthier than McDonald's, I bet. Because McDonald's is like, it's the cheapest food, but it's super addictive. Whatever they put in McDonald's. Okay. We'll start a franchise over here. All right. We'll start a Jollibee over here. Um, what was I thinking? Oh, my wife and I went to Australia once. Here's a funny thing. And they have McDonald's over there, right? And they have lamb burgers. And they had a billboard that said, Mary had a little lamb on the billboard. So like Mary ate a little lamb. Yeah, it said, the billboard said, Mary had a little lamb, like Mary ate a little lamb. I'm going to tell something really bad here, but, oh, really? Okay. Wonder how they're getting it. Okay, I'm going to tell you something else. It's kind of a little bit naughty, but in Ohio, and I just saw like a major throughway going between two cities, there's a little town, and the name of the town is Uranus, like the planet, but also like just when you say it. And but that's the name of the town. Well, they've started a fudge factory there. Okay, so it's right off the highway, and they have these big billboards, like yeah, like the planet. But then you say Uranus. So, but they have these big billboards there. So they built this fudge factory, and it says the best fudge comes from Uranus, and they got shirts and everything. But you're driving down the highway, you have to read this billboard like for like every 5 miles until you get to the town of Uranus. Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I just saw it like within the last couple months. But I'm gonna stop there. I want to check out the fudge, I guess. I don't know. It's kind of weird a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. The Americans are the pros at novel advertising. You never know what you're gonna see for an ad. It's crazy. We'll catch you off, son. Yeah, I guess so. I haven't gone there yet. I kind of was a little turned off when I saw the sign, so I wasn't ready to pull over. It can have an opposite effect, I think. But yeah, so I really appreciate you guys being on the stream. And I'll stay as long as you can, but I understand if you got to move on to other things. Um, yeah, look up Uranus Fudge Factory. Pretty sure it's factory or Uranus Fudge, Ohio. It's between Dayton and Columbus. Either that or Dayton and Indianapolis, whatever. It's in Ohio. Okay. This is taking longer than I expected, actually. So I don't know how much battery I have here. Battery check. Oh, I'm good. I'm good. I've got like half a battery somehow. Oh, hey, another thing that happened, Mike, you'll recognize this. Yeah. It's half. I got half a battery, so I don't even know how that's happening because I didn't really get on the phone too much the first part. I guess I did. I don't know. Whatever. It's lasting long. Um, but I have a cousin whose name is Jay, and we're like brothers really because we both grew up in the same town, and he was my age, and we slept over at John's a long time. But he now lives in Columbus too, and so he came over for a couple hours. Jay came over, and we always get along really well. And we ate donuts and drank coffee, and brought it to each other up to speed on family. But then we also played a game that I gave him for his birthday, and it's called Animal House Trivia. Do you know the movie Animal House? You guys know the movie Animal House? It's an American classic comedy from the late 70s. But it had John Belushi in it. It was from Saturday Night Live, classic comedian. If you want to see an incredibly funny film, look up Animal House. But it's about kind of college life in the 60s. It was made in the late 70s, but it's about college life in the 60s at a fraternity that's just a really naughty fraternity, a crazy fraternity. Um, and it's really funny. So it was super famous. Like, for as naughty as it was like super popular when it came out. So people still talk about it. And so I bought him a trivia game, and so we asked each other questions about it. Yeah, John Belushi's in it. So it was one of I think his first movie that he made. But he plays a character. Yeah, it's Belushi, Belushi, I think. So no, I don't think there's two L's, just one L and then USHI. And but he plays a character called Bluto in it, who's kind of the eternal college student. At one point, the whole fraternity is going to get kicked out of college, and he's laying on his back in the middle of the fraternity house and says, 7 years of college down the drain. So it's funny. Yeah, he's great in it. And but there's a bunch of people who are really good in it. If you know the actor Kevin Bacon, if you know Kevin Bacon, he's pretty famous right now. Isn't that like 9 Degrees of Separation? Is that Kevin Bacon? Yeah. So it's Kevin Bacon's first film, and he plays like the good frat or the kind of the snot, the uppity frat, and he plays a pledge there. His name's Chip, and but he's like in the the what do they call it, preppy frat, not the Animal House frat. And Jay was telling me a funny story, like, so this movie, nobody knew it was going to be a hit or not, but they had a premiere in Hollywood, and they wouldn't let Kevin Bacon, like all the actors usually go to the premiere, right? It's in Hollywood, all the actors go, and that's where they show. Yeah, Kevin Bacon. Yeah, BAC. Yeah, it's like bacon, like the. Yeah, you got it. You corrected it. Autocorrect made you say beacon. Um, but here I will. Well, I can't put a thing, but I'll do an AI fact about Kevin Bacon, and or maybe about Animal House. But so Kevin Bacon goes to this premiere, right? It's the first movie he's ever been. He's going to go to his premiere for the movie. They wouldn't let him in because they didn't know who he was. So he couldn't get into his own premiere for Animal House. Okay, let's do a fun fact. AI fact for Kevin Bacon is appropriate, I think. So my keyboard's not coming up. What the heck is that? That's weird. It won't let me write right now. You know how you type in a box? Like I couldn't type you guys anything if I wanted to. Maybe this will do it. Ooh, ooh, there it comes. I got it. All right, now it's doing weird things on my keyboard. I study languages, and sometimes it puts the accents on for a different language. I gotta check my keyboard. So okay. AI fact. Um, yeah, you will laugh hard at Animal House. Everybody does. You just can't. Okay. You know, Kevin Bacon popularized the 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon game, thinking him linking him to almost any actor in Hollywood. I thought it was 9 degrees of separation. Talk about being the center of the universe. Yeah, National Lampoon's Animal House. Yeah. Now there's another National Lampoon movie that is as classic as that. If you ever never heard of it, it's called National Lampoon's um, Family Vacation. So National Lampoon's Family Vacation. Arigato. Very good. All right, teaching me. Um, so yeah, National Family Vacation. It's with Chevy Chase, who's a famous comedian. One of his first movies, not the first, but he did Caddyshack for that. Another one. But in National Family Vacation, it's about a family taking a trip uh, across the United States to go to. It's supposed to be like Disney World, but they don't say Disney World. They call it Wally World. Um, so there's my little ad. I put that in. Who knows anybody will ever do it. But yeah, you could have a lot of fun watching Family Vacation, another classic American comedy from it was probably the '80s that they came out with that one. Yeah, it is really funny. So it's just about this family and the dad's goofy and they just go through all these different things. Like if you ever go on a family trip, with your family in a car, they they kind of go through a whole different. Here, that's my stuff. That's all right. I'll move over there. So I had my stuff located on another area of the waiting room. People are. I'm kind of hogging the whole section here. So and you. Let me see. I want to watch that. Yes. So if you've ever been on a family trip in a car, it's going to kind of bring back memories of that. I think it's probably had a national appeal, just the way a family reacts to each other. At one point, everybody falls asleep in the car, including the father. And the car like crashes into their next stop, which is the grandma's house. But they like go off the throughway through neighbors' yards, and they're all still sleeping. And then finally crash into grandma's yard. It's so funny. Like everybody's in the car asleep. So I don't know where my wife's at, but it's supposed to take a few hours. I'm gonna do something real quick, guys. Let me check my. I bet she's gonna come out in a minute.
I'm asking her if she's on the call.
I'm not catching what you said.
I told Missy that when we were
Oh,
here.
Missy, okay.
Oh yeah, thank you. Like I said, it really makes such a big difference. That really means a lot. Yeah, you go to sleep. You guys are up so late. Yeah, please go to sleep. Don't lose your rest. I did yesterday, and it's not good when you get back up the next day. So go to bed. I have no problem with that. During Mike and I's day, regular day right now, so we're probably good to go. I'm getting hungry though. Yes. That's very nice to say about your aunt.
We're gonna do scheduling now. Oh, I thought we were going for.
Flowers. Aw. Guys, at 1 o'clock in the morning there.
How did I miss that?
Late. So I'm probably going to stream later today too. You know, I always do my bike every day, so it's kind of guaranteed that I'm going to be on the bike. And I got to tell you, when I'm on the bike and I'm singing, oh, it's 2 a.m. in Japan. That's right. You guys are another hour. Ooh, ouch. But when I'm on my bike singing, the time goes so fast. When you guys are there, that really helps out too. But if I'm if I'm singing, like the time goes really fast, and I'd stay on longer and sing, but you know, someday I'll try to do like a real marathon on my bike and see how many miles I could do. I could probably do. I do 6 miles usually, but I bet I could do 18 miles. Probably take me about an hour and a half, but I kind of have to psych myself up for that a little bit. So next week, my wife gets a PET scan, and we'll know the kind of actual status of how things are coming along.
Said he was gonna put me out.
So we'll probably know maybe about a week from Friday. Yeah, no, but I wouldn't do it if I didn't think I could do it. Like right now, I can. I don't know if I've done 3 times in a day. I might have. I think I've done 3 sets at least once, but on weekends I usually at least one day I'll do 2 sets. So that's 12 miles. So, but I do them at separate times. What's kind of nice is I've got a bike. You know how it is with on a bike, your fanny can get kind of sore when you're on a bike. My bike doesn't do that. It's got a nice flat seat, so I don't have to worry about that. Yeah, yeah, it is. So I think it's going to keep my heart in good health, which I want to do. So well, my oldest brother already did it. He lived to be 67. He's lived to be 67 so far. Might be 68. But before that, the oldest male on my father's side for like at least 3 generations, the oldest age was 67, which was my dad. And from our direct line. But his father passed away when he was like in his 40s or maybe early 50s. And then his father passed away, like my great grandfather passed away in his 40s. But it was all, I think, health related. Even my dad, like, really didn't take care of himself. Yeah, yeah, it was. One had a heart attack while working. And I was really sad because my dad was in World War II, right? But he was stationed. Oh, this is interesting. You like this, Janet? I'll get to that part of the story with my dad. But he was in World War II and he was on leave. And I know, I heard that the other day
Yes.
from during Janet's stream. She dedicated a song. And that's really interesting. Well, not interesting, it's sad. But Mike's mom
Yes.
and my kid's mom passed away when she was 44. And the kids were, I think, about the same age as you guys were. So they were between the ages of 4 and 16. Now, how many brothers and sisters do you have?
No,
Because there was 5 of them. But, we don't have to dwell on that too much. But it's good to remember that, right? So, yeah. Okay, you had 5 kids. Crazy. Ours is, it's really interesting, isn't it? I think God sent your family to me, you know? Oh, 7. Ooh, that's quite a few. I haven't met everybody yet. But I truly believe that because the experience is so similar and there's so much we could probably identify with. That, how God works in those situations, even though you don't really see it at the time, but He still works. I don't know about your family. I can tell by your family you're really close, and our family is like really bonded. Like me and the kids, are like I think above average bonded together. So I can see that probably with your family too. I know it is. I know how close you guys are. But just saying before we get off on that, something about Japan. Oh, my dad. So my dad's home on leave from World War II from in the army, and that's when he was only there like for a week or two, and that's when his dad had a heart attack and passed away. But so he was probably in his 20s when his dad passed away. It was really hard on him. I know that. He didn't talk much about it, but I know it was. Yeah, yeah, we are. We got each other's backs for sure. Not that it's family, so sometimes it's kind of rough. But or had been growing up, not really. But yeah, we definitely have each other's backs. So here's my dad's story. You know what he did in World War II? He was a Japanese interpreter. So he actually worked at a stateside Japanese POW camp in Texas in a special program. And they would come in and teach the Japanese soldiers about democracy and about Christian principles. So my dad was an interpreter, but they used guys from the University of Houston. I don't know, Texas University. And all the stuff I didn't know all the detail of it. Like I just knew my dad. My mom would say that it was an internment camp, but it wasn't. It was at a POW camp. And so yeah, so he was part of a special program that just started, and when they were over, because they had prisoners here. But so yeah, he would interpret for the professors and help with that instruction for the soldiers there. But he would actually talk. He didn't speak Japanese like when I was growing up in the '60s, except when he was asleep. Sometimes he talked Japanese in his sleep, and so yeah, sometimes when he was sleeping on the couch, all of a sudden he started talking Japanese. But they actually educated him for a year up in near the University of Minnesota, and then took him down to the camp along with a small group of other people to do that. It was kind of the Army had to find specialized people to do it. They could learn a language fast. My dad was able to do that. Yeah, we probably had to. We probably had to. So my wife said she's okay. Hopefully she's coming out soon. Um, Yeah, I don't think Asian languages are easy. It might be a little easier for you because you're Filipino and you maybe have a root in that. Even though Philippine Filipino language seems like it's pretty different than the other ones. Um, but yeah, what was really cool about that whole story about my dad is I only knew a little bit about what my story was. I'd forgotten it for years. And one weekend, I started really thinking about what did dad actually do. And my sister-in-law found my dad's discharge paper and my mom's stuff, and it actually stated like he did this when he was, before his discharge. He was a Japanese interpreter for this program. Um, and then I looked up online, and somebody, the university in Texas, had actually written a thesis on it. So students had done it and published a book about that camp. It was both a German and Japanese camp, and they actually published an entire volume on it. So I was able to read about my dad's program. They had some pictures there, but not of my dad, but Huntsville, Texas, is where it was at. But it was pretty much the town supported it. And the prisoners there could actually go out and they'd work in the fields of farmers, work for the farmers and stuff around there. So they could go out and work there. And they had a lot of recreational stuff. They treated them really well, actually. Um, it's kind of, they treated them well. But the Germans, the reason why they did that program with Japanese, because the Germans were really disruptive. German prisoners came over from African wars, and there was probably about 500,000 that they brought over to the U.S. in different camps. And so the German army was kind of a mix of both guys who'd been captured for countries and weren't really into what the Nazis were up to, but had to be in the army. And then there was kind of true blue Nazis. And so they all ended up in the camps together. And the government didn't, they had like 4 different agencies trying to control it, and they really couldn't control it. So what happened was they delegated authority to the Nazi officers, and they were pretty abusive to you know, Nazi sympathizers that were in the camps. It was really disruptive. So they had to come up with a plan to try to bring some education in for the Japanese. And they tried it with the Germans a bit, and it helped. But they also had to kind of do some relocation of folks as the war went on because just the way they were. But they treated them very, very well, actually. They had baseball teams and all sorts of stuff, church services. But it was interesting. The Japanese, they would talk to them about what they would do after the war. The idea was they'd go back to Japan with democratic principles, Christian values. And they said, "No, we can't go back. If Japan loses the war, we can't go back." They're like, the shame would be too much. We can't go back to Japan. So they were, and most of them didn't. Well, they were sent back. But yeah, no, that's not true. They were sent back like pretty shortly after the war ended. But the concept of going back was, they just wouldn't agree to it. Just too shameful. Just the character, Japanese. So what do you do for your days? What are you involved in during the day, Janet? Are you like retired type of thing? Or do you have an occupation? You don't have to share it if you don't want to, but
Yeah.
what fills your days typically? Oh yeah.
I have the paperwork here.
So do you watch like movies that were made then, or more or more documentaries about it, or do you like watch movies that were about it, um, like the wars and stuff like that? Okay, there's good movies from that era actually.
So do I need to give you?
My wife and I visited a place that's really cool. We were over in France for a wedding. We were staying with friends in Paris, and they took us on a day trip. Involved a couple other spots, but one of them was Normandy, and it's where the D-Day invasion happened, and it was really impactful. Um, like I say, there's one thing a lot of people don't know. That's actually American soil. So that area there in the cemetery, the French gave it over at the end of the war to the U.S. So it's actually U.S. territory. And it's like every American should really probably go there to really get the impact of it. It's really well done. The museum, just being there and looking at the ocean, very meaningful, good pathways.
What is the treatment after?
They have a memorial there that's probably the size of the Lincoln Memorial, which is really one of the biggest memorials in Washington, D.C., but depicts both fronts of the war and how the U.S. operations kind of came through. Um, and literally kind of saved the world at that point.
Is there an office visit charge?
And there's a lot of lives, like my mom and my dad, there were a lot of lives lost from people they knew in towns. My mom lived in a small town in Nebraska, and there was a lot of boys her age who went over and never came back. Battle of the Bulge was really costly. D-Day. People don't know that, but there's kind of a whole generation of young men that kind of disappeared. Sacrifice their life during that war.
Right, we were just trying to prepare ahead.
But yeah, World War II. Oh, oh yeah. I would like to go to Hiroshima too. That would be good. Yeah.
And then,
How are you? Well.
I just saw a thing about Hiroshima and the pilots that dropped the bomb. And they didn't know if they would survive dropping the bomb. They didn't really know how far the blast. I bet you were. I'd cry too, man.
and the ladder's all the way down at the end.
I'd cry too. And they say it had to be done, I guess, but I don't know. I hate war. I really hate war. I don't understand it, really. I don't understand human beings. I did in my life at one point understand how somebody could have murderous thoughts. Something happened to one of my kids and it made me realize that this was momentary for me and I prayed about it. But I actually understood that, like how somebody could be so angry about something. But I don't understand really why that has to happen. It's like we live in a world where really people could be supplied with everything if we all did the right things and it's so senseless. You know what always happens? It's like the whole dynamic of it. It's never the people who kind of create the wars or suffer. It's like the children, the poor, and the people who go fight the war, the poor, and yeah, it's screwed up. Makes me mad. I was a teenager when the Vietnam War went on, and I remember the day that they signed the Paris Peace Accords because it meant that in a year or so I wouldn't have to be drafted. And I was like, but that caused a lot of mental anguish. Yeah, I don't get it, but someday there'll be peace on Earth, right? So we can look forward to that. In the meantime, we can do whatever we can to bring it, because that's God's will, is peace, peace, earth, and we actually kind of are tasked. I mean, God's going to do it no matter what. But we, if we want to align with His will, then we got to do something about it, and take an active part in it. On all sorts of different levels, it can be done. But human beings are an interesting animal. No. I'll check in with my wife. So I'm just checking in with her. I don't know if you can still hear me. Well, battery's probably still okay. about a quarter left. And I got the car outside. Hey, when I do that, when I go and check my messages, can you still see me while I'm doing it? Because it's kind of weird. My visibility goes to browser mode, or like dissipates to the browser icon if I'm checking any other app. But it seems like, oh no, okay, yeah. So I do, I do drop out then for a little bit. Okay, that's good to know. I'm gonna sneeze here in a second. Let me see. See, I gotta mute that. You know how that is. I thought I was gonna sneeze, but I didn't. I didn't want to blow your eardrums out with my sneeze. My wife coming now.
Take a left, you know.
Yeah, it's her. Okay. We'll see ya.